Good morning, everyone. Myself, Ved Bongade, Assistant Professor, Department of ISC, Science and Technology, Ajanpete, Bengaluru. In previous video, we discussed on additional relation operation. In that, the first concept we discussed like generalized projection. So we have a one operations. We need to extend that operation by adding some of the list of functions to the present attribute. We have seen that one in the last video. So we're going to continue on the same concept, additional relational operations. Second concept is on aggregate functions and grouping. This aggregate function basically used to perform a mathematical operations, to perform mathematical operation on the any of the DBMs, on any of the database. If you want to perform any of the aggregate functions, something like mathematical operations on a database, you're going to use the aggregate function. So aggregate functions are used for performing group operations. So we can apply this aggregate function on the group operations. So common functions applied to collections of numeric values includes the sum, average, maximum, minimum, and count. These are some of the aggregate functions or aggregate function we're going to perform on any of the databases. So with the help on these functions, on these operations, we're going to apply group operations. And another common type of request involves grouping the tuples in relation by the values of some of the attributes and applying aggregate function independently to each group. So we can define the aggregate functions operation using the simple script F. We can say it as a script F to specify these type of requests as follows. The syntax for aggregate function grouping attribute on which attribute we are going to perform the aggregate function. That attribute name is going to specify here and followed with the aggregate script F notation and the function list, then the on which table we are going to apply this aggregate function. Where grouping attribute is list of attributes, function list is list of functions and attribute pairs. In each such pair, function is one of the allowed functions such as we are going to apply any of the functions like sum, average, maximum, minimum, and count. Attribute is an attribute relation specified by R. So basically, the aggregate function is used to perform a mathematical operation on the database, where mathematical operations like sum, average, maximum, minimum, and count. These are some of the operations we're going to apply on the database. So next, an example on aggregate function to retrieve each department number. The number of employees in the department, and their average salary, while renaming the resulting attribute as shown below. So resulting attribute, we have to apply a rename operation. So first we'll discuss this. To retrieve each department number, the number of employees in department. We need to retrieve the department number, the number of employees working in this department, and their average salary. So salary of each employee of the department. Right. So we have to we have to collect the department number, and we have to count how many employees are there in each department, and we have to take the average salary of the employees of each department, right? So this is the count, and they are taking the average salary. All these are all mathematical functions. To perform mathematical operations in the query, we have to use the aggregate functions. We have some aggregate functions like count and here average. These two are the aggregate operations we can use on this query. So our department number, number of employee, average salary. On these three attributes, I want to retrieve. So this attribute name, then followed with department number. The department number is the grouping attribute. Why the grouping attribute means we are going to count the number of employees in each department. So department number will be the grouping attribute. Grouping attribute followed with script, then count of SSN. Count is the aggregate function, count of SSN on the department number, and the average salary on the employee table. This is how we have to perform. We have to solve the queries if it requires any of the aggregate function. So now example, in this example, specify a list of attribute name between parentheses. The name operations and studio operation is R. Right. So if we just remove this one, we're not going to grouping this rename operation. Directly we can take it as D number aggregate script function. then the count of SSN, average salary of employee. If no grouping attribute are specified, the functions are applied to all the tuples in the relation, so the resulting relation has single tuple only. Here, basically, we are trying to solve the same query in three ways. The first query, the first solution for this of this query, is we apply the rename operation. In second, if we not apply the rename operation, what will the difference of applying rename operation and the difference of not applying rename operation? And in the third query, we are not going to group the attribute, just directly we're taking the values. So for this, once you apply the rename operation, this is the result. D number, number of employees, and average salary. So going to perform this operation, mathematical operation on these attributes, we got like in department number 5, 4 employees are working, and the average salary of the department number 5 is 33,250. And department number 4, 3 employees are working, the average salary is 31,000. And in department number 1, so number of employees are worker are only 1, and the average salary is 55,000. This is after applying the rename operation. If we trying to retrieve the same result without applying rename operation, the result will like this: D number, count of SSN, average salary. We are not just changing the attribute name. We are just taking this direct SSN, average salary, and the count of SSN. To department number 5, 4, each and everything is same except the attribute name is different. But when it comes to third solution, here they are not applying the grouping operation. Grouping operation is in department number 5, how many employees and what is the salary, average salary. Department number 4, what is the what is the grouping attribute and what is the number of employees and the average salary. Here directly we are taking the, without grouping, we are just applying the mathematical operation. So count of SSN in department number 5, department number 4, each count of SSN is what? 8. 4 plus 3 plus 1. So 8 employees are working. Average salary, all these average salary is 35,125. This is how the aggregate function is going to be performed on the query by rename operation, by grouping the attribute and without grouping the attribute. Thanks for watching the video.